Hello everybody, this is Sukaba, and we're back with more Gen 9 action. We've got a new season of the VBL-S. This will be our first match commentary that we're going to post this season. We did some draft reviews with the olds, we did a team review, and now we're ready for some matches. I already saw a couple this week from the members of the community that posted their matches already, and this season's going to be so fun, I can already tell. There's a lot of really funky teams, and this one that we're up against today is no exception. And we have something very terrifying on the other team right here. We have an Ursaluna Blood Moon, and my goodness, this thing scares the crap out of me. Just the fact that you have strong spread damage and hyper voice that cannot be... You can't just Terra Ghost in front of this thing because it has Mind's Eye. You can't Terra Rock and Steel in front of it because it's got Earth Power, Stab, that'll kill you anyway. So it's just really strong. So how do you enable the Ursaluna Blood Moon? You want to get Trick Room up. And unfortunately for me, he has an amazing way to set Trick Room in the Oranguru, which can't be faked out. He has redirection for it in the form of the Ogerpon. And the Ogerpon additionally cannot be Oko because it has Sturdy. So I have no idea how you're supposed to stop Trick Room against this team. But I'm going to give it my best shot because if I let Trick Room get up, I have a feeling I'm just going to get bulldozed by Ursaluna. But we will see in the match. Our plan, we have two main modes to stop Trick Room, in my opinion. I have an Imprison Trick Room set on my Slowbro, which kind of speaks for itself, right? That'll probably only buy me a turn or two because Slowbro Galar is not the most specially bulky, and depending on what he leads, it could just die within a turn or two. So I'll have to make use of those turns, effectively dish out some high damage. My main way that I'm going to try to stop it is I'm going to roll the dice this week, you know? I gotta get a little RNG action going early in the season. So here I have my Inteleon with Scope Lens. Scope Lens increases the critical hit ratio, and Snipe Shot also has a high crit ratio. So 50% of the time, this is critting every time, all right? So my plan, Snipe Shot cannot be redirected. So if he clicks follow me, Snipe Shot's going right through to my original target. If I get a crit on the Oranguru with Beads of Ruin up, and I also hit a Heat Wave on it, which can also not be redirected, even a max special defense invested, max HP, with Positive Nature, Oranguru will die to that combo, which is kind of crazy because it's a pretty bulky Pokemon, right? So that's like my main mode. Now, if that doesn't work, and Trick Room gets up, my pivot is sort of like the Brute Bonnet. So I have a Brute Bonnet with Booster Energy, but I'm actually boosting Special Defense. So this is kind of like a mix set where can be supportive. I can Spore to try to stall out the Trick Room, but I can also do a lot of damage. Like I think I 2-hit KO the Ursaluna with a Seed Bomb, and it 3-8 hit KOs me back with the Blood Moon and other attacks because this thing gets really specially bulky with the Booster Energy on it. So I think the Brute Bonnet's going to be an amazing pivot for me to have in the back. Even if I do succeed at stopping the Trick Room, this thing's going to be scary for him to deal with. I also have the Volbeat coming this week because I am a little concerned that he may try to match my fast mode with a Fletchinder Tailwind. So this thing has max speed investment, so I can actually taunt the Fletchinder. I outspeed it by 1. So I can actually taunt it before it gets its Tailwind off. Additionally, if with my original lead with the Inteleon and the Chiyu, if he leads the Fletchinder, I could just Vacuum Wave to break the Gale Wings, and then I can kill it with a Dark Pulse, or figure out, or maybe not if he has redirection or fake out, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All right. Now the Regidrago is also here just because this is an incredible Dragon matchup. He has no interactions with Dragon, so if I can position Regidrago in the back to come in maybe after Trick Room, after I stall it out, or just come in at the end, it could probably sweep the game with Dragon Energy if I can get him to burn his Terra early. I'm expecting Terra Fairy on the Oranguru just because it really covers the Regidrago and the Chiyu really well. So that's kind of why I opted for this spread damage, or neutral damage rather, way to take it out. But I'm really hoping that this is enough. The Brute Bonnet does outspeed the Oranguru under Trick Room, but it does not outspeed the Ursaluna if he's min speed invested. So I'm going to have to position this carefully, but that's kind of my main plan for the match. I do have the Imprison Trick Room set as sort of like a pivot if the first plan just goes to absolute crap and I get ruled under Trick Room, right? And then maybe I can lead like the Slowbro with something a little more active like the Regidrago. We'll figure it out. But with that being said, we're going to see you guys in the match, and this is going to be a fun one. See you then. All right, everybody, we are back in the match, and we are seeing a team that looks like it wants to set Trick Room on me. We got the Belly Bolt appearing here. We've got the Ogerpon, the Ursaluna. We've even got Thwacky for some potential fake-out support, which could definitely throw a wrench in my plans. I am going to try my original lead game 1 with the Inteleon and the Chiyu. With the Thwacky, if it does come, this may be a good idea for me to pivot game 2 into my Covert Cloak Imprisoned Trick Room set. But I'm going to try this and hope that he leads the Ogerpon rather than the Thwacky. And maybe I can get a crit and get lucky. Prevent Trick Room from going up. So I definitely want the Brute Bonnet just in case the plan fails. It's also just generally pretty good here. And then as far as my last Mon, definitely could just be the Regidrago, although it is a little fast committing against a hard Trick Room lead. The other option is the Slowbro. Let me think. So I got Poison Attack. The Slowbro does have a pretty good matchup here. I'm going to bring the Regidrago because I could click the funny button. Maybe. Ogerpon and Oranger. All right. Here we go, baby. We're rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. So I'm going to Snipe Shot. And I do have to Terra Fighting just to live the potential Ivy Cudgel. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to click Heat Wave. And I hope I get a crit. Or maybe it's not fully specially bulky. That'd be nice. 50% of the time, this crits every time. I just want to let the record show. Unless my math is wrong. In which case, I may look like an idiot right here. But even if it goes up, it's not the end of the world. I could stall a Trick Room with Brute Bonnet. He protected. Uh-oh. Alright, so resisted hit, nice. Okay. So the good thing here is that I outspeed the Ogerpon. And the Ogerpon does have a lot of speed investment. It does outspeed the Chiyu. So he could just Terra the Oranguru here. The Life Orb chip really is doing me no favors here. I could Icy Wind. Does Icy Wind pick up the Ogerpon? Probably, with Beads of Ruin up. And then I could Dark Pulse. I think that's probably the best play. If he Terras, it's not the end of the world. I could just switch next turn. Yeah, so that's fine. Although I did just give him a speed advantage under Trick Room, which is a problem. And here comes the Ursaluna, for sure. So I'm going to protect, and I'm going to switch in my Brute Bonnet, I think. Yeah, I don't want the Chiyu to stay in because then I will, I'll be making my Inteleon even weaker to this thing. I want to give it that advantage with speed. So I'm going to pray that Brute Bonnet can put in some work here. And I'm going to actually, let's see how much Vacuum Wave does to the Ursaluna. Decent bit. I'm gonna click it. I'm going to click the button. Reveal. I mean, this is probably going to be like an Instruct Hyper Voice. It's going to do a lot of damage. I may just lose. The Protect was something I thought about in prep, but I didn't think he'd actually do it. But it makes sense. Having to commit the Terra is kind of rough. But if I can just get through this Ursaluna, I think I'll be okay. And with the special defense boost on the Brute Bonnet, things will be okay. I do have Spore. Let's hope this thing isn't min speed. Okay, that's nice. Oh, nice. He just lowered my speed. I actually outspeed now with Brute Bonnet. Okay. So I think I could definitely stall this Trick Room now. He just gave my Root Bonnet an incredible advantage. I'm going to protect and drop a Spore on this thing. And hope it's not Goggles. Okay, nice. Now I can Snipe Shot, and I'm going to Spore the other thing. Bulldoze is interesting. He probably has some Belly Bullet weakness policy strats. Okay, so it's not Safety Goggles. Snipe Shot gets the crit. And I have 1 turn left to Trick Room. So I can protect and could just Spore it again. May as well use my turn wisely. He could close combat me, but maybe the Goggles is here. In which case, I think I'm okay with still. Yeah, I'm gonna protect and Spore. Okay. Yeah, Brute Bonnet is a big problem. I'm just gonna Rage Powder. Yeah, because I don't want the Tauros to just wake up and kill me. So I think I just do the same thing. Rage Powder. That's fine. Snipe Shot should kill. Instruct fails. And I don't want to reveal my last mon. So I can just Snipe Shot again and hit it with a Dark Pulse. Should kill. Actually, I'll go with the Heat Wave. Alright, GG. So that was I think that was a blunder for him on that turn where he protected the Ursaluna. That was his 1 turn to give the advantage, and he gave me the advantage by bulldozing my, whatchamacallit? My Brute Bonnet. But I think actually I switched it in, so maybe he was trying to bulldoze the Chiyu. Maybe he doesn't have Hyper Voice and he was worried about it getting KO'd. So I think with the Thwacky here and the fact that the Oranguru has Protect, I don't really want to do that again. I want to try the, it is Terra Fairy as well. I want to try the Slowbro in lead. The question is, what do I put next to it? Because the Ogerpon does outspeed me. Maybe I just lead the Inteleon and the Slowpoke, or Slowbro. And I'll bring the... Now, I don't see any Goggles, so Brute Bonnet feels like a really good bring. I'll bring the Regidrago instead of the Chiyu. So this is going to be a fake out, but I have Covert Cloak. That's why we do this. Which means I can get a free hit onto the Oranguru, probably. I mean, he could just Grassy Glide me. It might kill me, honestly. He could, like, instruct Grassy Glide. Should be an issue. I'm gonna YOLO it. Ah, he gets the Trick Room after all. Okay. So this is fine. Taunt. Interesting. So he probably read the cloak. That's pretty nice of him to do that. But this does buy me a turn because he has to get the Ursaluna in somehow. And I could Hydro Pump and read the switch, but he could also just Grassy Glide. So I'm just going to Shell Sidearm that slot. Protect. here comes the Ursaluna. So 30% of the time, actually no, I do outspeed the Ursaluna. So I could actually just Hydro Pump it, and I'll outspeed it, because Slowbro's way slower. And it should kill. And I'm going to Spore the Oranguru as well. It won't kill, actually. But he could protect, so this is a better play. Prevent the Instruct. Yeah. And this is why Brute Bonnet's a really nice Trick Room to turn, in a way. A lot of teams don't have, you know, things that are slower than that. So I'm going to double it. I bet we see a Terra. I miss. I get the quick draw though, that's kind of cool. So I do get a kill on the Thwacky here. He only has one turn of Trick Room left, too. Yeah, Brute Bonnet damage is also just really good. So he has no Trick Room, and he's still asleep. But he does outspeed the... I'm just going to put it to sleep and imprison. So now I can... I'm wondering what's in the back. I'm going to Spore again, just because it's such a high impact move, and I'm going to start clicking the Ursaluna. It wakes up. It's a lot of damage. And it's Throat Spray, shit. With Terra Normal. Uh-oh. Spore, and I'm still in prison, so he can't set that up this turn. Yeah, I have to Spore the Oranguru here. I don't want a Trick Room going up. And he just protected, so... Terra's committed. He shouldn't be able to kill the Bonnet. He's going to have to double it, because the Hyper Voice won't kill it. He wants the Hyper Voice again to kill the Slowbro, which I'm fine with. Maybe I get lucky and I get a... Oh, that's an issue. Okay, but I get the Sleep Off, which is fine. So I'm faster than both. I think I Terra Water and Snipe Shot for the crit chance. And I just hit a fat Dragon Energy. And this thing will definitely get a sleep turn here. So he's probably going to protect. But it's fine. Fake out risk is gone. And he can't Terra Fairy, so the Dragon Energy probably picks up the Oranguru. Or if it doesn't, it'll do it next turn. Probably could have saved my Terra. But this should be GG. I don't think Billy Bolt gets any priority moves. And Dragon Energy is just so strong. Awesome. Alright. GG's to Jay. Awesome showing week 1. This team feels really strong. I have really strong special attackers to go with Chiyu. And this was a tough matchup for me because of my speed control matchup with the Trick Room on the Ursaluna. But going forward, I think the Volbeat providing speed support for these mons is going to be really impactful as well. So I'm excited to get to use that in the future weeks. We moved to 1-0, so we will be matched up next week with another 1-0 opponent, and we'll be looking to make our little mini season playoff run. So this was a fun one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.